Welcome back everyone, my name is Echo and I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. Today in this Minecraft video, we are back with some official answers in regards to the Minecraft Caves and Cliffs update. Now you might have already seen this, you might not have, but I'm here to break it down because the community were able to ask questions towards the developers about Minecraft Caves and Cliffs. Now every Minecon, Minecraft Live, the developers do a Q&A session. So when the next major Minecraft update is announced, we are able to ask them questions. Now, due to what's currently happening in the world, there was no official Minecon event. So this was all done online. So the developers took the time to sit down on the couch. They selected a handful of questions from the community and they went ahead and answered them. Now, today in this video, we're going to start off with ores. Unfortunately, guys, there is going to be no other new ores other than the copper. I mean, you could say the crystals are a new type of ore, but I don't think the developers are classing that as a new type of ore in the next major Minecraft update. Anyway, first video clip, roll it.
This one's for you, Corey. This is from I Am Confused 29. Let's hope he's less confused after this one. Will new ores be added?
So we're adding copper, as we announced it live. And beyond that, we don't have any plans to add any more ores for this update.
So if you could add the one ore that you truly wanted, what would you add?
Corey?
I mean...
So there you go. The Minecraft developers have no plans to introduce any other ore apart from the copper ore. Now I can't help but be a little bit disappointed, but I can also understand why. I also feel like copper is going to be one of those ores in Minecraft that will be super beneficial as the updates start to release. Like, look how useful iron is to the Minecraft player. So moving on to the next subject, now we focus on something that I've been really asking about and also you guys as well. Will the Minecraft height limit increase? Now, during the official Minecraft Live show, we only seen one glimpse of the mountainside, the cliffside. Now, they looked a lot higher. So players have been like, well, are you going to be increasing them? Also, with the cave generations, they're absolutely huge. So does that mean that they're going to have to lift everything up? Well, we have another video clip. So roll it.
So this next question is from The Real Join Main. Will the Caves and Cliffs update include a height limit increase? I'm very interested in building much higher than you currently allow.
That's a great question, and yeah, we have seen many of these questions. So yeah, we can say that we are looking into it, but we can unfortunately not promise anything at this point because it's kind of tricky tech-wise to extend the world height, and we also, for example, need to look into that we don't get performance issues from it. But we really do want to extend the world height and are looking into it.
That's super cool though. So when do you think we'll have an update on this?
Early next year at the latest.
So that right there is the official confirmation from Lady Agnes, who is a Minecraft Java developer, that they are currently looking into increasing the height limit, the build limit for Minecraft. Now, of course, she's explained that they can't really promise anything because with these kind of changes also comes a lot of complications. There is a reason why Minecraft Bedrock build limit is 256. Also, I've noticed the generation on Minecraft Bedrock, the mountains are not as high as the Java version. I hope things like this can change, but there is the official confirmation. Moving on to the next video clip. This is all about the Moobloom and the ECKOSOLDIER. Will it be added in the future? Video clip. Roll it.
And this one is from the Moobloom the cow. So I can imagine what you think the question will be about. So the question is, will Moobloom and the ECKOSOLDIER be added in a future update?
Those mobs didn't win the mob vote, which means they go back into our big pile of ideas. So we could put them in another update if it makes sense, but we don't have to. And yeah, we might put something else in instead.
You mentioned this big pile of things. Like, how big is this pile?
We get a lot of ideas from the community. We've got a website with, I think, hundreds of suggestions, and we have just as many inside the company as well.
At Minecraft Live, which team were you on?
I was supporting the ECKOSOLDIER.
All right.
So of course, we know that the Glow Squid won the Minecraft Live mob vote. And if done correctly, or done very well, the Glow Squid could be a great addition to the Caves and Cliffs update. Now, of course, a lot of questions about Moobloom and ECKOSOLDIER. Will this still be introduced? Now, Matthew Gatland, I think his name was, he's just confirmed that things that don't win the mob vote, like previous couple of years, get put into like a folder, a file, a section where if they make sense in future updates, they will be introduced. So he's kind of confirmed that the likes of your termites, your bamboo trees, your frogs, your chest boats, they technically might never be introduced to Minecraft. He's explained that they're only ever going to be introduced if they make sense in future updates, which is why we have a long list of things that have still not officially been introduced to Minecraft. But yeah, I voted ECKOSOLDIER. I don't know what you guys voted for. Let me know in the comment section. The next part of today's video, people have been asking quite a lot about volcanoes and volcanic caves. Well, we have another video clip, so roll it.
So next question is from Shadrikai. I'm gonna ask this one of you, Henrik. So this may be too much to ask, but I think that volcanoes and volcanic caves would be a great addition to Minecraft at some point. Would you ever consider adding these to Minecraft?
I think volcanoes are really cool.
Yeah.
So maybe, of course, we can't promise anything. Probably not this update. The challenge with volcanoes is, well, they can be dangerous, especially if they're supposed to do things like erupt. And one of the design principles is we want, when bad stuff happens, the players should be somehow involved so they can stop bad things from happening. So I wouldn't want to come back from a long journey and find my village covered in volcanic ash.
Makes sense. Right? But would you be able to start a volcano yourself then, perhaps?
Either you can do something to start it or you can do something to stop it. I don't know. We'd have to figure it out. But the key point is that there need to be some way to control it. And it's not something we're focusing on right now, at least.
So for anybody who wanted to see like a volcano or volcanic caves, that's not going to be introduced, which is kind of sad because I think volcanoes could be a great introduction. But they have no plans to introduce this during the Minecraft Caves and Cliffs update. Now, the next question we have is coming from Silent Whisper, and this is in regards to some of the already naturally generated structures in Minecraft in caves. Your mine shafts, your dungeons, your strongholds, fossils, etc. Let's watch this video clip, so roll it.
So next question then, this one is from Silent Whisper. I'm gonna ask this one of you, Nir. So are the underground structures going to be updated as well? For example, mineshaft, dungeons, strongholds, or fossils? And what's the plan for making these old school structures work in my fancy new caves?
Generally, when we do an update, we try to look at what can we add and expand the game on. And we kind of really like the structures already there. We did have conversations about it, and we're gonna go over them to see if there's things that really need to be like brought into the 2020 or to be on par with everything else. But generally, no. Generally, we like to add new things to your world.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
So that video clip was very cryptic, and Ulraf, the Minecraft Java developer, didn't give away too much information, but he explained the likes of your mineshafts, your dungeons, and your strongholds, they have no plans to change how they generate, but there is the possibility that they could add newer features to them to slightly improve them. Now, as a comparison, Ulraf in the full Q&A compared mineshafts, dungeons, and strongholds to the Village and Pillage update. We had the old villages, but then they introduced newer types of villages, so you could see some slight tweaks in them. But also comparing the Caves and Cliffs update to the Nether update, they didn't change the fortress. Now, originally, myself and a lot of you guys were disappointed that they weren't going to tweak the fortress. However, I'm kind of glad that they didn't, because that keeps Minecraft, well, it's an old structure. It's been there for a very long time, and it seemed to work very well in the newer biomes. So I personally think that they are not going to change mineshafts, dungeons, and strongholds. Let me know what you think about that. It's going to be interesting to see these new cave generations and giant mineshafts going through them. Interesting subject, that one. So we're coming to the end of today's video, but before we do end, we have a couple of questions answered in regards to the Warden. This is something that a lot of us are highly interested in. So first video clip, roll it.
So the first question we have is from Jason Stroon. What is the Warden protecting in the deep caves? I only asked this because of the unique name you gave the mob and its resemblance to the end.
Yes, so the Warden is not necessarily protecting anything. We wanted to make it so that the name Warden was very ambiguous. I definitely think there are going to be people like theory crafting out there what it actually means. It does have a meaning, but we're not going to tell you, obviously. But there is definitely going to be lots of loot and lots of chests within the Deep Dark. We really want it so, the objective of the Warden is not so much to fight it head on. We want it to actually be more like you're avoiding it and trying to get like loot from chests that are within the Deep Dark. even kind of thought recently, I had like this analogy of like, the Warden is not a boss. It's more like a natural disaster almost. Like when you have a tornado like barreling towards you, you don't try and swing a sword at a tornado, you try to run away from it. And we want that feeling. We don't want it to feel like you're meant to just destroy it.
Without giving too much away, Brandon's explanation behind the Warden was very interesting. So people were asking about its name, because a Warden, well, it's usually protecting something or guarding someone or guarding something. Now, Brandon explained that's not what it's doing. It's not necessarily protecting something. Now, the name Warden does mean something. And he's obviously explained that people will figure it out in due course time. But of course, he's not going to tell us what it means just yet. He also explained, because we know the Warden is going to be in the Deep Dark, that the Deep Dark caves will have loot and chests in them. So technically, maybe the Warden's protecting those from players such as ourselves. So I am super interested to get my hands on the first betas and snapshots of the Warden. Another question is coming up in regards to the Warden, and that question is, what is the Warden going to drop? Video clip. Roll it.
To our next question, which is from Slam Green. So you talked a bit about the loot of the stuff surrounding the Warden, but what will the Warden itself drop?
Yeah, so we're not quite sure yet. I mean, my initial gut feeling is that I think we kind of want it to not drop anything at all, because we don't want to incentivize players actually, attacking them. Because that's just not the sort of gameplay that we're going for the Warden. But also at the same time, it might be interesting to have some sort of trophy item or something which, you can like say, hey, I defeated the Warden, this.
So that has definitely been the #1 community asked question, and that is, what will the Warden drop? Now, Brandon, who is BDogs on Twitter, he is designing the Warden. His initial thought process is he doesn't technically want the Warden to drop anything in terms of use for Minecraft. However, there is the possibility that the Warden could drop something like a trophy system, kind of the same way as the Ender Dragon drops an egg to say, hey, I defeated the Ender Dragon. And I kind of like that concept. I think that's pretty cool. He's also outlined that the Warden is not a boss. It's not a boss battle. It's not a mini boss battle. However, I feel to the Minecraft player it definitely is, because during Minecraft Live, he attacked the Warden, as he explained, with a shield, with a sword, and full netherite. And in 2 hits, he was completely destroyed. So it is definitely a boss battle when it comes to the Minecraft player. But I hope you guys have fully enjoyed today's breakdown and understanding video. Not only is it an understanding for you guys, but also me, because when I make these videos, I understand things going into the future of when I'm making snapshots and betas. If you did enjoy today's video, please take the time to hit that like button. I'll leave a link to the original Mojang Q&A video in case you haven't seen it. There's a lot more questions. I try to pick out the most interesting ones, but there'll be a link in the description so you guys can check it out for yourself. Guys, girls, potatoes, have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.